Hi everyone, welcome to this game of Dune Imperium where I play Paul Atreides. My name is Cheesable and welcome to this channel. So I'm in first position, and when I check the top card of my deck, I see Diplomacy. Because of that, I want to get to 5 Persuasion. So to get to 5 Persuasion, I play my Signet Ring to Tech Negotiator. This gets me 5 Persuasion, assuming I play my Diplomacy, which I intend to do. One thing to note is Red is a very good player. He is the one who won the first Dune Imperium Rise of X tournament, LSR. So second round comes around and I go to Wealth. The reason I go to Wealth is that I intend to buy Corino Genes, and with Corino Genes and Wealth, I see that there's possibly some roadmap to Sword Master. However, because Blue reveals, because he has no actions where he can take, he grabs Mother Mohaim and also takes the Corino Genes. I'm unable to grab Corino Genes. However, Tleilaxu Master is still there and I'm very happy to grab it off the row. So round 2 begins and the combat reveals for the Solari Heavy Combat. So this Solari Heavy Combat is what I feel is the most important combat early in the game. If it reveals round 2, it's really something that everyone should fight over. It really shapes who gets Sword Master, and it bypasses a lot of the rules that we establish in our head on like who gets Sword Master at what timing. So I do want to put in Hardy Warriors and just put in 4 troops and 8 strength. However, because the yellow access places are not very good because there's no bonus spice build up, I choose to play my dagger first. This puts me out at 5 Persuasion, and at 5 Persuasion there's a lot of good things you can buy. So it comes back to round to me and Hardy Warrior is still available. Hardy Warrior is putting in 4 troops, gives 8 strength, will allow me to win this combat. That allows me Sword Master round 3. I hope that I can get it, so I put in the 4 troops. With 5 Persuasion and 3 Tleilaxu cubes, I choose to buy Gurney first. I think Gurney is very good. However, with 3 cubes I actually don't buy Gola. I don't think Gola is very good, especially in my deck where I have nothing to really play. Red plays the combat card, and this means he wins the combat. I do not have a combat card myself, and this means he gets Sword Master next round. So I'm looking to get Sword Master the round after, which is round 4. So I know the last card in my deck is a Diplomacy. I know this even without Prescience. You can count the card and you know it's a Diplomacy. I want to play the Diplomacy as my second action, so I play my Signet Ring first. I make a point not to draw extra card, so this will cause my Tleilaxu Master and my Diplomacy to cycle back into my deck, and I'll be able to draw it the next round as well. So I choose to play my Diplomacy to Secrets. Why Secrets? I want you to think about it for a moment. Well, I don't go to Wealth because I have a Faction Bump in hand for Wealth for Emperor already, so that is settled. I cannot go to Spacing, and I already have a troop in combat. As such, I would prefer to go to Fragment Space the turn where I don't have any troops in combat yet to deploy, so I choose to go to Secrets this turn. So with 4 to reveal, I use my Atomic Nuke here. So I'm a big believer in using your nuke early in the game. It's always better to get good cards into your deck early, especially when you're gonna cycle your deck. So I nuke the row, and I mean Duncan is the only 4-cost card. I think the Benny card is also something that you can pick up. I choose Duncan here as I already have some cards with swords in hand. So I think when you have some swords, getting more swords is better. So that's why I pick it up. I'm not sure if it's the right decision. I still choose not to buy Gola as I don't have any good on plays yet. So round 4 comes around and I draw my hand. I see that I have a dagger and I want to go to Sword Master first. This is because blue has Solari to get Sword Master, so I want to block him as well. What else I look at in my hand? I have experimentation and I have yellow and blue access. I want to play my yellow access more urgently. I think playing yellow access to any spice spot that can give me spice bonus is good, and because I have no water, the only spot that I can go to is Imperial Basin. I pray that it is still available when it comes back to me. So I only have blue access left, I only have one place to go, and I go to Arakeen. I know the top card of my deck is a convincing argument. It doesn't really affect my next hand too much, so I don't mind playing it. I see the top card of my deck is a dagger, and as well as blue has 2 daggers in his discard pile. As such, if I put in another troop, right, I'll be at 6 combat strength, with the option to draw choose Poison Snooper to get another dagger to put myself ahead of blue, and potentially red as well. With 3 to buy and 6 cubes, I actually choose to buy the Contaminator first. Contaminator is a great card, especially once you get Sword Master. The other card I buy is the card that's revealed, which is Scientific Breakthrough. Scientific Breakthrough is excellent with Tleilaxu Master, as you're almost guaranteed to get to the end of the track. So it's almost a guaranteed point for me. So saving those cubes did pay off. I choose not to buy anything with 3 Persuasion. I don't need any more cards in deck, I just need to cycle. One thing to note is I do play a Poison Snooper to draw the dagger that I've seen. This dagger allows me to get 1 combat strength ahead of red. It almost functions like a bad tiebreaker. And guess what? I win the combat. Everyone passes. I managed to cash out to the victor as well. Excellent use of Poison Snooper for me. So when round 5 comes around, this round I break all the rules I talk about when talking about drawing into your powerful cards. I have so many powerful cards here, but I choose to draw. But can you guess why? The reason I choose to draw here is that if you look at the excess cards I have in hand, it's Ring, Stilgar, and Diplomacy. I do want to play all agents as the most efficient, and playing my Ring will force a reshuffle anyway. And since I'm going to reshuffle, I might as well reshuffle as much as possible. So I choose to draw here. This utilizes my spice more efficiently as well, and allows me to play both faction access cards. after playing both faction access cards, comes back around to me. If I play the ring, I get experimentation, so it's net persuasion wise. So I choose to play the ring and get Holtzman Engine. Holtzman Engine is good either way. With Holtzman Engine, it should be very easy to get Spice Master round 6, round 7. With 5 Persuasion, I choose to buy Liat Kinds. It's a great card and gives a faction bump as well. One thing to note is that I choose to go up in terms of research. The reason I do so is that by going up and up, I get closer to the end, which allows me to trash my scientific breakthrough. So if I go scientific breakthrough to research station, I'll be able to trash it for a point. So if round 6 comes around, I look at the cards that I have in hand. I do want to play Scientific Breakthrough to Research Station, and I do want to play Contaminator. I think these are the 2 cards which I really want to play. I do hope to buy a Spice Master as well, so these are all things I'm doing into consideration. I do think that Contaminator is a bit more important than Scientific Breakthrough, as I can play an Experimentation, then play my Scientific Breakthrough to some other space also to activate it. So it's not necessarily that I need Research Station. I think because red goes to Fremen, there's only one Fremen space available left, so that's why I choose to play Contaminator first. So research station is still open, and then I get a double research by playing Scientific Breakthrough to research station. I can go down and down, or I can go up and down. I choose to go down and down as I want to just cycle this intrigue card. I don't think it's very good. At least I don't see myself winning a combat because I don't really have troops. And then I trash the Scientific Breakthrough for a point. I get to 6 points. I count how much persuasion I have. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 persuasion in hand, and drawing 2 more from Tleilaxu Master. So I know the card on top of my deck is Diplomacy, but I do want to draw more cards either way. So I'm just looking to cash out through a Spice Master. So I draw 2 more cards and I definitely have enough persuasion. I have 12 persuasion total, and because I have 12 persuasion, I buy a spice of slow. I look at space travel and I buy it as well, as I need to play 2 spaces to spacing in order for me to get the friendship point. So let's just see if I can get it there. Okay, so I draw my round 7 hand. I have all my Fremen cards and earlier kinds. This should definitely be a spice for slow hand. I look at the table and I think that actually no one is in position to highliner. So if I go to collect the spice, I can actually go to highliner and it uses my water pretty well. I don't really need to draw more cards. I don't think I can hit 2 spice for slows with my deck. Yeah, so I plan to go highliner and win this combat to win me the victory that way. This also feeds into spacing, which I kind of need as well. So I set myself on this idea. With my second action, I choose to go to highliner. I think with a backup of 5 swords in hand and 4 swords from war chest, I feel pretty confident getting 19 swords. I think that should be enough. Furthermore, I can play Contaminator to Hardy Warriors to put in 2 more troops. That will put me at 23 strength. What I failed to realize is Yellow can actually put in a lot of combat strength because he has flagships. So just by going to Hardy Warriors, put in 4 troops and put in another 3 troops from flagships, one of which is a Dreadnought, he's already at 15 strength. Pseudo highliner. I totally didn't see this at all. So I choose to play my Contaminator because it draws me an Intrigue card. So this Intrigue card actually is plans within plans, which I miss currently. So I choose Sonic Super to trash him. I'm fishing for combat cards and something that gets me a beetle. In the end, I get a combat card that grants me a beetle if I lose 2 troops. It gets me a point, but it wasn't what I wanted. I actually wanted like swords, but I think this actually might have been better overall. So I did not expect Red to reveal for 6 swords. So when Red reveals for 6 swords, he's actually in the contention for this fight. He will become 18 strength, and with Intrigue behind him, it threatens the win. So I reveal for a Spice Must Slow and get all my swords. At this point in time, the combat win is out of reach already. So something curious happens. Because Yellow is so threatened by Red, right? instead of collecting spice, which he initially wanted to do, he plays he plays Tufir to Siegeable to put in one more troop. Red passes the combat, so I choose to get my beetle as it gets me a point. Based on how the combat is going, if yellow wins, I will beat him on tiebreakers based on Solari. Red passes the combat, so I choose to get my beetle as it gets me a point. Based on how the combat is going, if yellow wins, I will beat him on tiebreakers based on Solari. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this game of me playing Paul. I played Paul in first position, getting Tleilaxu Master round 1, and I eke out the victory. I definitely could have played round 7 a lot better, but thankfully I still got out with the win. So one thing to note is that the scores are being submitted to our online database, and you can join the submission too by just clicking on the tournament button when you start the game. I hope you enjoyed this game, and thank you for watching. See you around.